This last one, this is a goof. This is a fun time. That's why I put it in there. Just lighten the mood a little bit. Did you ever wonder what space smells like? I didn't until I saw this post.
All the time.
Ode to Space. This is a fragrance developed to mimic the smell of space. And believe it or not, as it's the outcome of research that originally existed in order to make potential astronauts comfortable with the smell of space in advance of their travels to space station, for example. Space has a distinctive smell. I never knew this. So this is posted. Where is this? ABC is posted. This showed up to me on my news feed from a number of different sources. So this is a hot story right now. Steve Pierce, chemist and founder of Omega Ingredients, was contracted by NASA back in 2008 to recreate the smell of space. The product took roughly 4 years to develop. 4 years to develop the artificial version of the smell of space. That's a tough gig, man. Imagine how hard that might be. He described the scent, as gunpowder, seared steak, raspberries, and rum. Does that not sound like a good time? Combination of ingredients.
Very complicated. Gunpowder and raspberries.
It's funny. It's the same thing when you drink a fancy wine or something, or even I started ordering some fancy coffee, and it's always in describing the flavor, you have to call on
Hints or notes.
The notes of other well-known flavors. And so you end up reading these descriptions, chocolatey, cigar, and you're like, I would never eat that. But together, I get it if it's just a hint. And that's where the gunpowder seared steak comes into play with raspberries and rum. Maybe on their own, not all things edible. Well, certainly not the gunpowder, but collectively, I'm reading that as smoky, fruity steak.
Yes. Yeah, I would imagine.
Anyway, astronauts have previously described the smell of space similar to that after a gun has recently been fired. It's kind of like a smell from a gun right after you fire the shot, said Peggy Whitson, astronaut and former resident of the International Space Station, in an interview. I think it kind of almost has a bitter kind of smell in addition to being smoky and burned. That's complex. Who would have ever thought that space has such a complex fragrance? Anyway, I don't know. Maybe we need to get this in studio. Maybe we need to bring this on the show because my curiosity is definitely piqued. I guess he's selling it now. Let's see how much it goes for. Omega Ingredients. Unique, highly specialized, and award-winning, focusing on the creation of the highest quality, provenance-driven natural flavors and ingredients for the food and beverage industry. Ooh, this is some serious stuff over here. Omega Pure. It doesn't look like it's on the site yet. There's a lot of other cool stuff on there, but I don't see the Ode to Space. Let's try this. Ode to Space by.
I think it's on their Kickstarter website.
Oh, it's a Kickstarter. Have you found it?
There was a link.
Oh, can you just? Oh, there we go. They have raised in Canadian funds $103,000 to 2,000 backers. Genius! Selling the smell of space. Who wouldn't want it? Okay, so we'll order it up, or maybe they can send it to us. Maybe you could get in touch, Will.
Yeah.
We'll do a live smell test, and we're going to search for those notes. You can look for the raspberry, and I'll look for the gunpowder inside of the scent, and it'll be a time live on air. If that's not entertainment, I don't know what is. We're living in a time, Will, where we can remain on Earth and yet experience space through our noses.